one of the things I tell people is that I personally do not approach a table with the concept of looking for a tip. If I'm getting paid for the restaurant, the first thing I want to do when I approach the table, let these people know, hey, good evening, my name is Brian Campbell, I'm the house magician here. I'm part of the restaurant team, and don't worry about it, the restaurant takes care of everything, takes care of me. So I just want to let them know that. If they feel that right away, they don't feel like you're reaching into the pocket, taking money away from them. If you really do a good job and they like what you do, they're going to tip you anyways. Don't worry about it. If they don't, it doesn't matter, you're already getting paid. Now, however, if you work at a restaurant where you're working just for tips, we'll talk about that later. But let's say that working a restaurant that you're actually getting paid for the work. So let's assume you're getting $15, $20, $25 an hour. Now, that's not about average. The average nationwide for a restaurant is anywhere between $15 to $20 to $30 per hour. Most of the time, you're going to look at about $20 per hour. Okay, so if you're working a restaurant for 2 to 3 hours, expect anywhere between $60 to $100 for the night. Okay, anywhere between, but be happy between $50 to $75 is a good night for magic. So $25 per hour, and on top of it, you make a few tips. You know, you may walk out of there with $100 for the night, maybe a free meal if the restaurant works that way, and that's a pretty good night. You do that 2 nights a week, you're talking about, $200 a week right there, plus your meal. It's $800 a month right there. That's pretty good income for just working part-time. You're not going to make that working most jobs. Add to it, every person you see in front of you, as we talked about in previous episodes, is a potential client. They're all getting your information, you're showcasing in front of them. Restaurant magic is one of your best places to showcase your magic, because people are out there for one reason. They have disposable income. That means they have money to spend. They're not sitting home eating top ramen. They're not at home making macaroni and cheese, which I, by the way, like. But they're not home eating these type of things. They're out at the restaurants. That means they have money to spend. If they have money to spend, they may have money to hire you for a show down the road. And a person who comes in there, comes in with a family, may have the wife that's with them, the husband, the daughter, and so on. The daughter may go to high school. They may have a graduation party coming up. The husband may work for a corporation who has a company party coming up. The wife may be part of a big charity event that needs someone for a fundraiser. Every one of those people come from different aspects and all have people they know also. That 4 or 5 people at one table becomes 100 people help for you if you do your right advertisement, do a great act at that one little table. So that little 5 to 7 minute window you have gives you a chance to get, well, in some cases I've had years worth of work from one table, just from the referrals they had for one table. I've had years, literally years. Prime example, I did restaurant magic one time at Dave & Buster's and did magic for some folks and got me the Anaheim Angels gig, working for the Anaheim Angels, working in the Premier Suites and do magic during the baseball game. I went out and purchased a press kit for myself. Well, I spent close to $7,000 for the press kit. Beautiful 4-color, everything, quotes in there, everything you need. I probably still have, I'd say hundreds of those promo kits. Because all I had to do was work in that restaurant and people see me, and next thing you know, one gig led to another, and I never had to give out any of those press kits because they already saw what I did. So I'm not saying don't get a press kit. What I'm saying to you is that it's just, if people see you, they're going to like what you do, and if they like what you do, they're going to tell people about it. And the more they tell people, the more the information gets out. So make sure the guests are happy, make sure you work with the staff, and when it comes to taking tips, my personal opinion is don't solicit them, don't have a little tray saying, oh, by the way, feed the bunny, make sure he's hungry, he likes green things. Don't have anything stupid. Don't have a name tag or a button that says, I accept tips, or anything on that level. And don't do a trick like a bill and lemon where you go, oh, by the way, here's your bill in there. It's all soggy wet. You probably don't want it back. Anything like that. Don't do any of those type of effects because, frankly, it's demeaning to your craft, your art, and to the people you're doing magic for, okay? If they like what you do, which they probably will, if you're using the magic you get here at Penguin Magic and the stuff you've learned here, they'll like what you do, they'll tip you anyways, okay? Keep in mind that tip, on occasion, make sure you don't have to do it every time, but make sure if you walked away and say you made $100 that night in tips, give a few to your servers you worked with. Let them know you care about them and that you're there not to take money away from them, that you're here to work with them, okay?